couple of weeks ago on Bible Money Matters, I had a post called 10 Unconventional Ways to Save Money. And it kind of looked at a lot of the things that people are doing to save money that may be a little bit unconventional, a little weird. And a lot of them were things that maybe you might not want to do yourself, like forgoing the use of toilet paper. Well, that was probably the worst one. But in any event, today I want to talk about, along a similar vein, some unconventional ways that people are earning money or making money. Now, some of these might be jobs that these people have, and some of them might just be kind of things that people do on the side as a hobby or a project to make a little extra money. But in any event, these are unconventional ways that people are making money. First one that I found that I thought was a little weird, maybe kind of interesting, was people will actually go and whenever there's a high school football game or a local sporting event where there are bleachers or raised seating, after the game's over, either that night or the next morning, they'll go under the bleachers and actually try to find things that people have dropped. And in many cases, they'll find quite a bit of stuff as far as change, money, electronics like cameras, all sorts of things like that. Now, you're probably not going to get rich doing this, but it is a kind of a fun and kind of a weird little way to make a little extra money. Another thing that people are doing is hunting for diamonds. Now, this one you might want to take with a grain of salt. I'm not 100% sure that this is actually possible or people are actually doing this, but people are hunting for diamonds in local parking lots at their Walmart stores, at shopping malls. And basically the premise behind it is that when you're driving in your car, in a nice air-conditioned car, it's cold in there. When you get out of the car into the hot summer heat and you're in a parking lot where the tarmac is reflecting that heat, and it's often 120, 130 degrees out there on the parking lot surface, that quick temperature change causes the metal to expand and sometimes will cause the diamond in a ring or so forth to pop out of the ring. Now, I found several sites where people saying that they do this sort of thing. I can't verify that it actually happens, but it's an interesting idea nonetheless, to be hunting the parking lots of your Walmarts, your shopping malls and so forth to find treasure like diamonds popping out of diamond rings. Beyond just the diamonds though, you can actually find money and a lot of other things in the parking lots that people have dropped. So another way that people are making money that's kind of a little bit weird, they're pooper scoopers. The people that are actually making businesses out of this, where they'll go around and they'll scoop the poop out of people's yards for like a monthly or a weekly fee. Now again, this would have to be one of those businesses where you either contract some of the work out if you get enough subscribers, or you just have to have a lot of free time to go around scooping up poop, and you have to have a strong stomach. So another interesting idea. Another idea that some people might do, this might not be one that I'd try, is to sell your bodily fluids or be a guinea pig for test marketing of drugs. I found a couple of sites out there of people that are actually making part of their living from participating in studies where they'll get new test trials of drugs that are on the market, and they can make thousands and thousands of dollars a year, but again there's the added risk of you don't know what the side effects of those drugs are and so forth. But again, you can also sell your blood. Some people will sell their sperm or their eggs if you're a woman. A lot of side questions with a lot of that stuff, but kind of weird, kind of unusual. A lot of people are now selling their hair. There are several sites on the internet where you can actually sell your hair. I was reading one story of one woman who sold her hair for $1,200. She had, I think, 27 inches of must have been desirable hair. Made $1,200 just by selling it on that site. In general, though, people tend to make a few $100s from selling their hair if it's desirable hair. Another thing that people are doing is hunting for scrap metal. Anything from just scrap metal that they'll find in the alleyways on garbage day, to actually going to music festivals and things like that and getting all the recyclable cans and turning those in for a profit. And that might even work the best in a place like Michigan, maybe, where they have deposits on the cans. Bring all those cans in and you can make a nice tidy sum. One that I found kind of disgusting was being a roadkill contractor, somebody who goes around and picks up all the roadkill on the highways, on the local streets and so forth. There are actually people that have turned this into a business, and they have their own companies that go around and do this. And they can also remove dead animals from private property, from under houses, and so forth. If you go back to the post, there's a couple of those linked, I believe, on there, so you can check those out, but it's pretty nasty. You can be an entertainer, a busker. Go out and perform some sort of thing in public, play your guitar, do a juggling act, do magic tricks and so forth, and get money from people as they're passing by. They'll throw it into your guitar case or put it in your tip jar or whatever. You can make a tidy sum of money on a busy street corner, as long as you're not interfering with somebody else's business in that same location. So beware of that, and be wary of local laws that in some places forbid you from doing that. So another gross one that I would never be able to do is a crime scene cleanup person. I've read that people that do this job can actually make 6 figures a year, and I can really see why, because nobody would in their right mind would really want to do that, I don't think. Again, cleaning up crime scenes where there's been a horrific murder and there's blood everywhere and guts and body parts and so forth, not something that would be fun to do. Something weird that some people do. And finally, the last one that I found on this list of 10 is something that people do, weird ways to make money. Some people will be on virtual juries. All the crime out there in America and all the lawyers who are practicing, a lot of those lawyers need to find a way to put their client on trial before the trial, just to make sure their case is going to stand up in front of a jury. So what they'll do is they'll sign up a virtual jury of which you can be a part, and then test their case in front of you, one of their virtual jurors. So there are a bunch of different sites that do that sort of thing, but you can actually get paid to be on a virtual jury. So it might be something that some people might want to try out, kind of an inside look into the legal system. So those are some weird ways that I've found that people make money. I would love to hear your weird way that you make money, if you do, or if you have other ways that you've heard of that people make money on the side that are unusual, weird, strange, gross, whatever. Leave a comment on the post here on Bible Money Matters or on YouTube. Thanks.